Welcome, Strategy Battle Gamers, to another GBHL YouTube video. You're here with your GBHL host, GBHL James.
And GBHL Jamie.
It's another week's edition of Speak, Friend, and Question.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this one.
This could be a long one.
It's going to be a long one because our last one was a short one.
Yeah.
So lots of people have asked us questions.
And
And it's our first one since we got back from Throne of Skulls.
Indeed.
So,
Oh my god, you've only got 28% battery on your laptop.
it's okay. I have my charger with me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I was thinking about that before.
Just looking.
We are recording it off of the laptop and we are reading it off the phones. I remember when we have done this off the phones before, sometimes
you end up missing things out, or it won't be in the right order. So your question could pop up at any time.
And we also like to apologise to anybody who posted their question, which would normally have been on time.
Yeah, on the Wednesday.
Yeah, lots of questions on the Wednesday and the Thursday, even though I did put up a post saying, no more questions now.
So ask your questions to us before next Wednesday midnight. We should be recording on the next Thursday.
Yep, you off?
Yep.
Brilliant. And we're going to get loads of battle companies done.
Today, yeah.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Okay, so first question is from the Prancing Pony. A big thank you to Prancing Pony.
Still shares loads of videos. Like, I get notifications. I'm like, when did we make this video?
I'm getting the same. Just randomly comes up and I'm like, look at Jamie's haircut.
Yeah, no, yeah. Just
It's weird. You're looking and it's like various stages of beard.
Yeah.
We changed a lot since we've aged.
We have aged in like the 20. What's this now? The 25th week of Speak Friend and Question. I think it is.
Unbelievable. Been doing this for half a year.
Yeah.
Amazing. So the Prancing Ponies put, hi guys, I'm actually from England.
Oh, good.
Fantastic. I have a long holiday because it's my GCSEs, so I don't have to go back to school. Enjoy your holidays, pal. I put together a list. Have I done anything wrong, or are there any improvements you would make? He's got Warband 1. He's got Legolas with an Elven Cloak. It's a good start. Good leader to have. Wood Elf Warriors times 12. He's got 4 with Elf Bow, 4 with Blade, 4 with Spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a couple of throwing daggers in there.
All of them have I dropped the 4 throwing daggers from your Elf Bowman. Give Legolas armour. And with 3 points left, you've got give 3 of your Elf Bowman Wood Elf Spears. That's my suggestion there.
From the Wood Elf himself. Tournament winning Wood Elf.
Faction winning and tournament winning.
Faction winning Wood Elf. Faction winning Rohan. We might be a little bit smug in this video, and when you see our tournament reviews, you will see why. The Warband 2, he's put Toriel in there, and she's got an Elven Cloak, and he's got 10 Mirkwood Rangers in there. And he's put his points here. He's on 452 points, so you've still got some points spare. What do you think you should do with that?
There's not many Warbands you'll get in for Elves with 48 points left, so
maybe make the warband smaller and then add another.
You could throw in 2 more if you can buy them or get hold of them somehow. 2 more Mirkwood Rangers is 28 points, so that leaves you with 20 points, and I would upgrade your Elf Spearman to Gladron Court Guard.
There you go.
You've still got 10 points left then, so just or make something a Sentinel.
Let us know how you get on with that Prancing Pony. Next question is from
Ginger360. Hi lads, cheers for answering my question about beating Saruman. I've decided that when the lad I play sets up with his... I'll have a look at the models on sale at Games Workshop. No wait, what's this? I've decided that when the lad I play with sets up, then has a look at the models on sale at Games Workshop, I'm simply going to pick up Saruman and throw him out the window. That was our suggestion last time.
Was it?
Because we were like, you got that whole rock paper scissors thing with Saruman.
He's very, very tough.
Yeah.
Very tough.
My question this week is, are beginners welcome at tournaments? Because we'd love to meet some fellow hobbiteers and get involved in some competitive games. Cheers lads, love the shirts.
We're not wearing the t-shirts today. Mine is in the wash because it did need to be ironed. That's why I didn't wear it at the tournament.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It is. I packed it, but it was all crinkled up, and I thought, you know, if you're gonna sell these t-shirts, they've got to look the business. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Should you come to tournaments?
Yes, and you're more than welcome to.
Come to Stockport. We had so many beginners. Stockport 2.0.
Yeah, it's in the Facebook group now as well.
Yep.
Pencil it in. Yeah.
Jamie Giblin has set that up as an event, so go and check it out. You've got to come. We'll look after you and make sure you have a great time. You know, everybody who came had a great time at Stockport. There are lots of other independent tournaments as well, so definitely get involved.
Yeah.
What you'll notice is the people are great, and that was something that was noticed at Throne of Skulls. There were lots of players who have not been involved in the independent tournaments yet, but went to Throne of Skulls, who since meeting the community, so to speak, have already said, right, I'm going to Longbottom Carnival, I'm going to...
Which are the ones near me that I can get to? I'll go to it now.
Yeah, brilliant. So definitely get involved and send us an email so you can get a T-shirt. Next up, we've got Who Else But Howdear. Not seen you for a while, pal. He's put, hi guys, it's been a while since I've posted, but now I'm back. Well, we're glad to have you back. I have to say that your Deadliest Warband series was awesome.
Yes!
Jamie's Deadliest Warband series was awesome. It was Jamie's idea. Though I would have liked it if Lothlorien had won. I think you'd have liked that as well.
I'd have liked that as well.
Yeah.
They came third though, so it's just as good.
They did well, and they beat the Reavers.
Yeah, it's only the 2 attack models that came above them. So I know it wasn't.
And I'm really excited for Season 2 if it's going to happen.
Yeah.
We are going to do Season 2 Middle-earth's Deadliest.
Yeah.
But we've got a couple of ideas.
Yeah, either do champion, monster, or hero, or something along those lines.
Yeah, we want to do Middle-earth's Deadliest Monster.
Yeah.
But I don't think we have all the monsters, do we?
No, nowhere near.
Nowhere near. So what we might actually do is Middle-earth's Deadliest Champion, where maybe there's 800 points worth of hero that a faction can
spend on. Yeah.
Yeah, and they can say, and you've got to put out your cheapest hero first. So maybe you know they both put their captains out against each other first, and whoever dies, next one just carries on. It's like a gladiatorial arena.
Will mounts be allowed? Do you reckon?
I was going to say that they should come with their full war gear.
Their full war gear. Okay.
If they can bring their full war gear, then they can. Because then if they can be mounted, then
okay.
Yeah. Seems good. But no monstrous mounts. After my hiatus, I decided to keep on working on my all-infantry Rohan army.
Yeah!
With that in mind, my question is, how many Rohan Royal Guards should I have in my 500-point list? I was thinking along the lines of 6 or so.
0. Just go full throwing spear.
If you're going to go all-infantry Rohan, I would be along the lines of Jane. You can really hoard up Rohan. At 500 points, we worked out that you can have over 40 models?
Yeah, you can get 3 full warbands-ish. Yeah, easily.
Yeah, easily.
I think in my list I had 3 nearly full warbands, 10 in each, but each of mine had throwing spears. So if you've got the throwing spears, that's 60 points back, and that'll easily fill your warbands up.
And if you got that numbers, I'm guessing your throwing spears might actually be worth it because you're going to hit a lot.
I killed a Dweller in 1 turn.
Did you?
Get out of the way.
It's Rohan. It's totally broken.
Played 2 games, won 2 games.
Yes! Come on! Giblin representing the Rohan. In terms of Royal Guard,
Felbeast, actually.
if you're going to do all infantry Rohan, then yeah, I would say maybe hoard it up. But I took Rohan Royal Guard on foot to Throne of Skulls, and they were the I don't know. They did the unseen work. They were the Greymen. They did the things that I needed them to do, sort of from an objective point of view, and also allowed my cavalry to do. Yeah, I played it like a cavalry army, but with these guys.
But with infantry.
but with those guys supporting. Yeah. So I still did everything I wanted to. Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it. Lots of shielding. Keep up the good work. Who else but Howdear? So next up we've got
Firefox 1066. Hey guys, I really enjoyed your Battle Companies video and I'm looking forward to more. I'm relatively new to the hobby. With so many models going out of production, what would you say I should absolutely get before it's gone? Currently I have High Elves with all the foot version of heroes, Easterlings, Moray Goblins, and a few Rangers. Please don't limit your answer slowly to these armies, but I wanted to give you a point of reference. Thanks for all your hard work, Firefox 1066.
With so many models going out of production, which would you say I should absolutely get before it's gone?
I think the most important things to get are the rule books, the source books. Because the Free Peoples has gone and it's not being printed again, as they've come out and said that. So, if you don't get those books when they're in production, you won't ever find out the rules. Unless you get some sneaky PDF downloaded, which is illegal. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. I would absolutely go with that, actually. That's a really good point. You need the rules to play the game. Yeah. So, yeah, get the books. Everybody get on getting the books. Yeah. In terms of models, just whatever you like. I mean, metal models are the ones that are going to go first, aren't they?
I mean, I bought some Dunlendings the other day.
It's the reason why I got the Knight of Umbara and Drumalake, because I thought, well, they're metal models, they're not going to be around for long, and I really like them. Yeah. And I was a bit gutted when the Grey Company foot models
came back out.
No, when they've gone.
Yeah, the actual Grey Company.
The actual Grey Company ones. And I was thinking, God, that was a model that was only £8.20 for a blister of 3.
Yeah. It was like Saruman on horse. It's £8.20 for.
Yeah.
That's a good model.
just have a little look through and just think which models that are on there would you regret if they did disappear.
Just up and went.
If the ones that you're like, well, I'm not sure whether I really need that, but would you
Will
regret
I
it
ever
if it
use
went?
them? And then they disappear and you go, well, I can't use it now.
Yeah, it's always a bit of a. Next up, we've got Ben Howard. He's put, "Good day again, boys." But sad I missed the question time last week. Hope you guys did well in Throne of Skulls. Did you do well, Jamie Giblin?
Yes. Yourself?
Yes. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. I would recommend it to anyone, especially if you're not a very good player and you would like to come and be part of the Kingdoms of Men category. But toss some figures around, and I might be able to come next year to represent Australia. Because you've got to be there. Come on, you can do it. April 2015. That will be Desolation of Stockport 3.0. Yeah, that's gonna be a big event. That's gonna be a big event. Get down. Thanks for the suggestion for change to my tournament list on Facebook. I will be going this Saturday, taking Durin's Folk, an Erebor Dwarlin with 12 Warriors of Erebor with spears and shields, Barlin
From the
Hobbit, King's Champion, 10 Khazad Guard. Thoughts? Solid.
Yeah.
It's solid. It's a solid Dwarven force.
Mm-hmm.
Good if you can maybe mount up your Dwarlin.
Yeah, that's the only
if you can
change. But
having a mounted hero can be very important. Very important. After finishing my Dwarves and Grey Company, I feel I need some allied cavalry, as I'm not strong in this area. Who should I ally the cav in? Rohan, Minas Tirith, or what? What are your thoughts and why? Thanks again from the Land Down Under, song now stuck in your heads. From the Land Down Under. I love that song. Well, let's look at what the Dwarves are lacking. They're not lacking armour and sticking power, so you need some kind of light cavalry. And what you are lacking is missile fire, so I would say Riders of Rohan is a good way to go.
You're going to say Riders? I was going to say Knights of Rivendell.
They're more expensive, aren't they? Knights of Rivendell are good.
Depends how you want to go for it. If you want to go sort of cheap and hoard it, because you can go AoE and just Riders, if you need that cav. Or the Knights of Rivendell with the Lances make a bit more of an impact when they charge.
Yeah. Erkenbrand, +2 Courage Horn.
Courage 6 Dwarves.
Courage 6 Dwarves. Mind you, you've got Khazad Guard, they're bodyguarded, aren't they? But still. Either of those, you need the shooting.
Yeah.
Fight 5 of the...
Elves would be handy.
Elves would be handy, definitely. Hope that helps. Ben Howard, next up.
We've got Dreadnought 369. Thanks for answering. Oh, plus what was the model you wanted? I think there must be more probably up ahead.
All right, we'll have a little look. Next up, this is our new Cho Master. Cho Master, though, don't feel left out. We still love you. You're the original. But next up, we've got. I'm glad you find my username so hilarious. I needed a username when I was 11, and it was the first thing that popped into my head. Really?
Obviously, must be just like our mental age.
Yeah. Oh dear. Which wizard would be best to go with a Wood Elf force? Obviously, Galadriel is fluffy, but would Gandalf or Good Saruman be a better choice? Would it be better to just use Stormcallers and Sentinels, or maybe the less magical elf heroes like Círdan, Elrond, Celeborn, etc.? Galadriel's good. Cast Blinding Light.
Galadriel's good. Gandalf's better. Obviously, you pay the points for the offensive capabilities. Saruman, I've never really thought of being useful. He's useful, but he's a purely offensive wizard, and Wood Elves need the Cast Blinding Light.
Yes, they do.
If you're going to go for a non-magic elf, it'd be Círdan. Again, it's Cast Blinding Light.
Yeah. Yeah. He's cheap.
He's cheap.
Is he
cheaper. He's 90 points.
90 points, yeah. It's a lot cheaper. It's like cheap casting Blinding Light.
Yeah.
So a good way to go. Hope that answers your question. Wabachika.
Next up, we've got Hugh Janus. My local Games Workshop has to open the door and air out the shop, and at the end of the day... What?
My local Games Workshop has to open the door and air out the shop at the end of the day. Talking about BO.
Ah, okay. What made you guys pick Dwarves and Goblins for battle companies? Are there any companies that seem overpowered just from reading the rules? I always wanted to play the battle company rules, but the hobby wasn't popular in my city when it came out. We picked Dwarves and Goblins because we wanted, forces that are opposing.
They're two forces that you don't see in the battle reports very much.
No.
Like, we don't use them.
Yeah.
I know that you've got Dwarves, but...
I've got Dwarves and I've got
Ever since our first meeting, I don't think you've ever brought them out again.
Yeah, I just don't... I think
You don't enjoy it as much, do you?
No. Yeah. But that was the reason why is that we had them. Well, I had them, and they are opposing forces. So when they meet up in battle, it seems like there would be that rivalry there.
Yeah.
And is there any that are overpowered? I'd say hobbits
Hobbits
are really overpowered. They can get, like the goblins, their warbands can go up to 25 rather than 15. And it's just like they've all got throw stones.
Yeah.
It's that just range damage. This small points game is nasty.
Yeah.
And the fact that their bowmen are now not unarmed and 24-inch range, hitting on threes. Many of them are armed with axes.
Hobbits are totally broken. Ed Ball's got a Hobbit army. I mean,
right, there's your proof of it.
Yeah.
Proof
Not just because they're nice models, huh? Next up, we got Luke Lee Bruin. He's got, hi guys, what do you think about mounted range to the north? I currently have 7 non-mounted rangers in my army, but could easily change this to 6 mounted rangers. P.S. My army is Eladan Elrahir, good, Aragorn, 7 rangers to the north, and 23 rangers of Arnor. She's 750 points.
Yeah, if you could do it, you're not even damaging your bow limit there by dropping 1, so do it.
Do it. It's great.
They become so much better.
Because then you've got a model which is, and they can support each other as well. Because one of the only cavalry that can have a spear.
Yeah.
Which is mad. Although you don't necessarily want to be doing
Logic. But what's great about them is that you can put them down as they are with normal rangers, and then move them 10 inches elsewhere, so they can be a completely misdirection of drops.
Yep.
Like, put them here, put them here, put them here, put them here. Put the rangers set up with an 11 hour here. They can quickly jump over.
Yeah.
That 5 inches in shooting is always good. And then you get charge bonuses.
Yep, and a strength 4 cavalry.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of those. I don't know. Sons of Ale.
And heroes.
Heroes, yeah. That's pretty much it. So yeah, definitely worth it if you can do the conversion. And if you do the conversion, send us a picture, put it up on the GBHL Facebook group.
Yeah.
Next up,
we got Tur Saragon. Holy Hobbit holes, Batman. I've actually got a legit SPG question instead of something random. If I'm in combat using an Orc Captain, and I see I'm using a 2-handed weapon, then me and my opponent both roll a 6, and mine becomes a 5, can I then use a might point to bump it back up to a 6? Well, yes, you can. P.S. I didn't win the lottery, so I can only afford to buy you 2 a couple of pints.
We'll take a couple of pints. We'll take anything that we can get. You've not met me, have you? I do take anything I can get. Yeah. Listen, we'll take a couple of pints. You come into Stockport? Come to Stockport. 2.0. Yeah. To be fair, we'll probably be the ones buying the pints we did last night. It was an expensive weekend.
It was a very expensive.
But come down. That'll be great. It'll be good to meet you. Yeah. Unlucky on the lottery. And yes, you can use might to bump that up. Next up, we've got Billy Fitzmaurice. Met him at the tournament.
Mr. Billy. Yeah.
Friend of yours now.
Yeah.
You know you're friends with someone when you can headbutt them.
Yeah, headbutted everyone.
Repeatedly. When you headbutted me in the morning, I was like, what was that all about? But sorry, I haven't asked a question in a couple of weeks. I just had so much to do to get my army ready for Throne of Skulls that I just didn't get round to it. Anyway, it was great to finally meet you two. I'll admit, I might have always been a little bit starstruck. I might have just been a little bit starstruck. Jamie, you always seem like the calmer one out of you two, but after that night out in Rock City, well, let's put it this way, my head still hurts. Dubakar! Basically, he was going around headbutting people.
Like Dwalin and Barlin, in an affectionate way.
Yeah. As for my question, it will be directed towards James. As I asked Jamie this question, and he put the blame onto you. Why were there no GBHL t-shirts? I believe I already mentioned that. Mine wasn't ironed. I did bring it with me.
You can't just have one.
No. There is something. I mean, we will do it, but 2 people wearing the same t-shirt in a room, it's
a bit awkward, isn't it?
There's still a taboo there, isn't there?
If it had like names on it or something, you can get away with it. It's like a club shirt, but no.
Yeah, maybe we should get our names embroidered on them. But that was the reason why. It was nice to meet you. I hope you had a good night out. Rock City was awesome.
Yeah, my head's about recovered now.
You were in the upstairs bit where it was rocky. We were in the downstairs bit, which was cheesy dancing. I had a great time. A really, really, really good time. Next up, we've got Jason Matthews.
Hey guys, new to the channel. Didn't get my question in quick enough last time. My question was, can all Rangers of Arnor use their bows, as it states in their profile that they all carry them? But it also says in the rulebook that a third of your force can use bows. Does this mean that only 4 Rangers can actually fire their bows? Also, a little extra, I'm a big fan of the Game of Thrones, and would like to know who your favourite character is and why. Keep up the good work, and look forward to more and happy strategy battle gaming.
to answer that one?
Yeah.
You can take all bows with Rangers of Arnor, but you need, in order to get 100% bows with them, you need to take a Ranger of the North for every 4. So if you take a Ranger of the North, 4 Rangers of Arnor, ignore the bow limit. You can't take 12 Rangers of Arnor and then say, well, 8 of them don't have bows because it comes in their war gear. Yeah. So you would then have to do a Warrior of Arnor force, and a third of them be Rangers with bows, unless you take Rangers of the North.
Or if you're playing a friendly game and stuff, your opponent agrees that the ones holding the swords drop their bows, as it were. But in tournaments, yeah, you'd need to adhere to the rules.
And in terms of favourite characters in Game of Thrones, Jon Snow.
Jon Snow's cool.
He's one of the good guys, and I hate the fact that he's one of the good guys because it means at some point he might die.
Any moment it could just.
Tyrion Lannister in the series is played phenomenally.
Yeah,
he is.
Peter Dinklage has made him into the protagonist. Really,
he's what a fantastic performance.
Hodor. who doesn't like Hodor?
Yeah, that's true. I suppose
Bran's a bit of a.
But in the book, he's important.
Yeah, he's very important.
Arya Stark.
Actually, yeah, good call. Arya's probably one of my favourite. Her storyline got me through. What's it called?
Feast for Crows.
Feast for Crows.
Yeah, her storyline got me through Feast for Crows because that was a bad book.
Bad. Shame, George. Shame.
Yeah, it was poor. It was poor. Yeah, they're some of mine. And I like the change that Jaime Lannister goes through, and I think he's played very well.
Yeah.
He's played very well, although I think he's likeable too early in the TV series. Yeah. You only start to like him really in the books after he gets his hand chopped off and stuff.
Yeah.
No spoilers in there. But yeah, some Game of Thrones is all about the characters. Yeah. Next up.
I just read it, didn't I? It's your turn.
Max Robinson. He's put, guys, thanks for answering my question last week. It helped me out loads. Mate, that's what we're here for. I firstly want to point out that the new Battle Company series looks great.
Thank you.
Something a bit different. Is it dying? Yeah. Something a bit great. Something a bit great. Looks great. Something a bit different, and I found the first video great fun to watch. Me too. I watched it when I was doing the washing up, and it was really good. My question for this week is, what constitutes whether you can carry more than the original bow limit you're allowed in your army? I've heard you mention it a few times in your video, though I could find no special rules about it. Thanks for the feedback. Well, there are a few, aren't there?
There's this Grey Company.
Grey Company, as we mentioned before, they can do it if you've got...
If they've got the Rangers of the North.
Yeah.
Or Dunedain.
So Ranger of the North for every 4 means that those 4 Rangers of Arnor ignore the bow limit. Rivendell Knights.
Rivendell Knights can just ignore it, as can Rohan.
Riders of Rohan.
Just regular riders. And Mirkwood Rangers, if they're led by a Mirkwood Ranger Captain, Tauriel, Legolas, or Thranduil, can ignore the bow limit.
Yeah. And different bow limits, you've also got...
Serpent Sting.
Serpent Sting, which is if you've got Haradrim, and it is just Haradrim Force using like Serpent Guard, Watch Sakana, those things, not Corsair. Or, that means you can have a 50% bow limit. Right. Is there one for Easterlings as well?
I don't think so.
FAQ?
I think they're 33%.
Are they 33%?
Cool. Is that where the mic charge? No, it's not where the mic charge goes. Where does the mic charge go? Okay.
Alright, it'll last for a while. That'll be alright. Next up, we've got Morgan Kant. He's put, hey guys, another great video. My question is, what do you think about all Infantry Rohan?
They worked, but it was close.
Yeah, they're not going to lie, they're not
the best.
They're not the best, but
they need the throwing spears, in my opinion.
Like, you think that they need them?
They think they need them.
Yeah.
It gives them that big punch for those few turns, and it's like if you don't charge them, then they're going to get you.
I mean, it's the fact that you've got some decent heroes that you can get in there.
If they're going on foot, how I found was that most of the time I just shielded with everything but the heroes.
Yeah. Not a bad call, really. I mean, that's what I was doing with the Royal Guard over the weekend at Throne of Skulls. They were shielding with a banner behind them, so you're getting 3 dice to fight 4. You
win the odd one and push them back and hope you don't die when
and
you
then you try and gang up on the edge of the line.
Yeah.
Get your cavalry in there.
Yeah, or your axe wielding guys.
That's right. So yeah, I mean, I think it can work, but you know, you might have to turn it on. I think it can work, but it's not powerful. And anyway, Rohan is supposed to be cavalry. They're called the Horse Lords for a reason. They are.
Yeah, they're the most hardy of the armies.
Yeah, well, it's true, isn't it? They,
can hold it up.
The thing is, I mean, if you compare them to, let's say, another Haughty good army, so let's compare them to J. Clare's Lake Town. And he can take spears.
It's a big
plus.
and some
And they're cheaper.
and can become Fight 4.
And can become Fight 4.
If only for a while.
I mean, I suppose your guys on foot can become Strength 4 if you got thingy in there.
Grimbold.
Yeah, Grimbold. But I mean, better to just get some axes on them. Next up.
We got George Downing. Hi guys, thanks again for answering my question and giving me feedback on your thoughts on the Hobbit SPG video game. Jamie, I know that hexes will be bad for this idea, as it does destroy lots of freedom, but I've already done the whole movement system that doesn't use hexes at all and instead has a radius as if you were moving them in real life. Okay, I get it. So
that sounds good.
You can move it. Okay. So this week I have 2 questions. Firstly, with the movement system the same as in real life, does this video game idea sound better? I was thinking about this because I read this question a while ago. You'd have to get your AI sorted and make it top notch, because if you're playing against a computer, you can automatically predict almost what the best move for something is. But it's whether they can put into sort of strategies that overarch and not just what's the best this model can do, go into there, what's the best this model can do. So like advanced chess, essentially.
I was about to say that, putting the chess master on top level,
and then playing that is mental.
It's hard because it's beating you, 15 turns ahead.
It's well planning every move that can make. Amazing. So if you can get that kind of level of intricacy into an AI system, then yeah, the game would be good. If not, you could probably break it quite quickly. So this week I have 2 questions. Firstly, with the movement system, just on that one, and also how does this all-mounted elf army sound for 500 points? Rivendell Knight Captain with shield, 8 Knights of Rivendell with shield, Gladrum Captain with armoured horse, 5 Gladrum with shield, 3 with elf bow. Overall 501 points. I'll drop a shield to get you points.
It needs to be 500. It can't be 501. The problem is, because you've got 2 captains, your leader isn't going to be very resilient.
Yeah, I was thinking that. You probably want... You can, if you've got the model, drop the Gladrum Captain with armoured horse and put in Legolas with horse. He won't be 12 inches moving with the rest of them, but he's a damn good hero.
Yeah. Yeah, you need a good resilient hero in there. You can't, having a captain as your hero, especially with so many of the scenarios being, having leader kill, such an important.
Even just wounded.
Yeah, 1 fate, 2 wounds. It's not amazing.
Defense 7.
So yeah, maybe try and do that with that one. Yeah. Next up, we got Brad, thy hipster. He's put, hey guys, it's the Rohan hater again. What's this? What are you doing here? Rohan. Category winners. I'm telling you, for winners, totally broken. He's put, this 15-year-old moped boy will accept the challenge. I will be bringing the 4 hordes of Angmar, mostly wargs. I'll take that challenge.
Yeah,
let's have it. Come on, let's do it. I got you. You're only 15. You're in trouble, mind you. Quinn Duggan smashed me on the Friday. We were filming a battle report, and I was against Quinn Duggan, and it was going to be a Lords of Battle get buff bat rep. He had an all-hero army, and it was looking to be like a really good battle report on camera, and my phone died, so you don't even get to see me lose a get buff bat rep. It did. I was gutted because I felt when you film something, I was devastated. Quinn doesn't believe me that it died, but it did. So I'm going to admit here, Quinn Duggan did beat me and get buff bat rep. Give it 2 more turns, it would have been my game. One more question for both of you. If you could replace one thing from the movies, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, what would you change? E.g., no eagles flying around saving everybody. Well, that happens in the books, so I wouldn't change that. I was that disappointed with the end of The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug.
Oh, yeah.
That whole...
I'll kill the ones you love.
I am a surly dragon. I've just... talked about how awesome I am and how I'm the eater of worlds almost, and and then I'd clamber around like some clumsy monster and get tricked by dwarves.
I'd get rid of that whole chase thing at the end, where Thorin's surfboarding on molten gold towards a molten gold statue. Spoilers, sorry. That falls onto Smaug like a wibbly wobbly jelly thing. It's just ridiculous. CGI. Yeah, shame on you, Peter.
I would get rid of that bit because that, I didn't really like the Toriel Philly thing. Philly. Just make sure it's not Keely. I didn't really like that bit in that movie.
Is it not Keely? They stand when they enter the doorway. Blonde on this side looking at them. And they go Feely and Keely at your
must be
service,
Keely
so
then.
it's Keely.
I always get
That's how I
confused.
always remember them. Just like Feely and Keely.
Yeah, that's what I would change. In the Lord of the Rings movies, there are things that I wouldn't mind adding in that were missed. But in general, they're great movies, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're really, really good movies. And The Hobbit, I have enjoyed. Just the end of Desolation of Smaug. Me and Jamie were distraught.
We just kind of like
sat in McDonald's, obviously having nice, healthy coffees. And we
just
just...
like, what?
Got better the second time we watched it, though, didn't
Yeah.
it? Okay, next up, we've got Jeremy Smith, Sam the Eagle. Hang on. Oh, say, can't you sing? I'm an American, that's me. I don't know. It's quite good.
Yeah, well done. Jeremy Smith, I've finished my Mumicon. We have begun play testing them. Lots of questions and confusion, so try and straighten me out. Do we have a Fallen Realms book?
That's all right. I think I might be able to answer some of these. I've played against Muma a couple of times and beaten them.
If I take tusk weapons, do I get 4 attacks in the fight phase as well as during the movement phase for trample?
Oh yeah, I'm sure you do.
Do you?
I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure you didn't. I thought it was only for trample.
What, the 4 attacks?
Yeah.
No, I'm sure you get.
I thought it was just during trample you make 4 strength 10 hits or something, and then in fight you fight as your profile.
I thought the upgrade said, go get your Fallen Realms.
I don't have it.
God damn it. But not going to be much help here then.
Oh,
I
sorry.
thought that the upgrade just says that you get 4 attacks instead of...
No, I thought it was that you make, when you trample, you make 4 strength increased attacks.
I wonder who could be right if you've got Fallen Realms, but we've got a Mordor book because we've got some unboxings to do, but unfortunately we've not got that handy.
I left
so
all my books at home today.
if you want, you can ask us again next week, but I'm pretty sure what will happen is during this Q&A, when people come in, they'll either agree with Jamie and say that it's 4 attacks during trample, or they'll agree with me and say you get the extra attack no matter what, which I thought it was. Unless someone's played that against me and played it wrong, I'm sure that's what they did to me.
That's probably right.
Yeah, just been conned. If a movement can't be trapped, why can a single man pin it by charging into base contact with it? Because that's the game.
That's just, yeah. It's like one guy charges in. It's so dedicated in combat with that one guy that it won't move.
Yeah, it represents, if you think of it from a cinematic point of view, the time it takes for it to swing back and start fighting with it. You know, so just that's the game, isn't it? With control zones and base and stuff. But it'll be hard to charge because it obviously causes terror, doesn't it? Yeah. Can a man in Howder target with bow, spear, stone a good model that has charged into base contact who will attack in the fight phase?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you still have to determine as you hit,
Yeah. If so, yeah.
As long as it can reach in actual range, it goes from the model, so you have to reach down to it. But yeah, you can.
Yes, but thanks for taking the time for this. Listen, it's a pleasure, Jeremy. We like you being here. You know, we like a bit of banter as well.
Yeah.
We love the banter. You have become an integral part of my Sunday morning ritual. That's good. Along with a tall glass of Mountain Dew with crushed ice. I prefer my caffeine cold and carbonated.
Yes.
You're part of Team Jamie then.
Yeah.
Keep up your good work. Thank you very much, Jeremy. Good to hear from you again, pal.
Cold and caffeine.
Over and out. Next up,
We've got Turin, TLA. Hi guys, thanks for answering my stupid question, and I've got another one for you. Question: can former Maggot's dog, Gripfang and Wolf, benefit from the resistance to magic and throw stone special rules? The dogs do have a shoot value, and there is no differentiation between the dogs and the farmer with respect to his special rules by looking at its profile in the Free People's Book. What are your thoughts on the matter? Thanks. I'm pretty sure they've got their own stat line underneath saying the dogs move 8 inches, a fight 3, strength 3, defense 3, and there's no special rules saying resistance to magic or throw stones, so they can't do it.
yeah, that's what I thought. So I agree with Jamie on that one. I hope that answers your question. Remember, there is a rule. If we answer your question satisfactorily, you've got to ask a question.
Not even satisfactory.
If we just try.
If we just say your name and go.
Even if we go,
we don't have a rule that says we don't know the answer.
so
Ask again next
this
week.
Q&A should be growing exponentially in terms of number of questions.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, yeah, we're stuck at about 40.
Yeah, 40 is fine. We
Yeah.
can get that done, and then we can get loads of battle companies done and unboxings done.
Yeah.
So Stephen Brown, he's put, hey guys, Eladan and Elra here have their twin elven blades rule, which enables them to either shield or go two-handed or have 3 attacks. However, they already have elven blades on their profile, so do you think that they should be able to use the two-handed weapon without the -1 penalty? I think this would keep them up to date with some of the Hobbit heroes, even though they are still good value. I don't think they need it.
No, they don't need them. They don't need to be burly, essentially.
No, I don't need to be burly. Burly's to represent some like proper hench, like
Dwarf, who's been training with his hammer.
He's been a biotic fit, you know what I mean?
His entire life, he's used to fighting with it.
He's been in the biotic gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he's been.
Biotic hall.
Dubaka! As you come in through the door. But also, Rivendell isn't competitive as it used to be, so what would you suggest to newer players thinking of going with High Elves? What combos do you like? I know you're going to say Glorfindel, but he can't win on his own. I don't know. It's very good. Cheers. Hodush on the One Ring. I didn't realise that was you. Nice to have you here, buddy.
Rivendell.
There's
Well,
a couple of competitive Rivendell players, aren't there?
yeah, David Alexander, very good Rivendell player. In the game I played against him, he had the twins mounted and with all shiny baubles on him. Gildor was his general.
Interesting.
So Gildor's got his elven cloak, he's defense 4, so he keeps him safe from shooting and casting magic away from combat. Just doesn't go near it if he doesn't have to. Which means it frees the twins up to go and hit stuff. And in that list he had Rumil in there as well, because he needed some extra might and had like 80 points left over.
Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, in terms of making the faction more competitive, I think we've said this before. It'd be good if you can just combine the Elrond's households, so that then you've got that other troop type, and then that would work.
Yeah,
that'd be really good.
You can then have like mounted generals leading mounted troops rather than mounted generals leading the foot troops.
Yeah, that would be really cool. And then you're not sort of forced into a situation where you've got to take either Lindir, who's awful.
Can't even beat the Goblin Scribe.
Can't even beat the Goblin Scribe. I think there's video footage of this up on the Facebook group if you want to go see what we're talking about. Elrond, who is generally considered quite pricey.
Yeah.
And
then you're stuck with a captain.
Or captain, yeah. Well, the captains are all right.
Captain's good, but you'd rather have the twins or Glorfindel.
Of course you would.
Oh, God.
Wow, next up.
The original.
The one and only.
Cha-cha Master!
Cha-cha Master! See, we'll still do it. Don't think it's not.
It's not like
Wobba-chicka. We should have a Wobba-chicka versus Cha Master.
We should have a poll.
A poll. That's a good idea. Wobba-chicka's not had time to be established, though. That might be a bit unfair. I want all of you, do your Wobba-chicka and do your Cha Master and see which one you think,
you prefer to shout out.
Yeah, like as a battle cry. You there.
Could you imagine the crowd of people running at you going, Wobba-chicka!
Yeah, let us know if you've just done that now. Let us know. We want to know. It will make us smile inside. So, Cha Master. But hello, guys. Up to the question: do you guys play for fun lists, like for example, Knights of Rivendell plus Old High Elves? It's fluffy. It's cool. It looks amazing. So, what we just talked about. I know that list restrictions are made for tournament players mostly, but it would be fun to see some of these kind of games and some house rules, and not so restricted playing like Apocalypse 40k. As always, cheers from Poland.
Yeah.
I mean, because we've been going to tournaments, we play the game as it's been written. That's what you want to do. But I guess the narrative campaign.
Yeah, that'll change.
That'll be
just points, not heroes, essentially. Battle Companies is sort of similar in that it's just models together rather than a set list. And
did I do that in one of the games? Did I not do that in when I was trying to learn how to play Gandalf the White? And did I do Gandalf the White leading? Oh no, I brought Erkenbrand so that I could do it, didn't I? Oh.
Coach 9 Gandalf.
Yeah, but I was thinking of doing like
Gandalf the White leading troop.
Leading the Rides of Rohan, because that's quite themey. Yeah. But, so maybe at some point. What combinations would you guys like to see?
For some reason, I feel nervous that I've plugged it in and I've got this stuff.
No, we're recording. Well, what we have to do, when we're doing it on the laptop, we have to cover up the screen because we're there bold as brass. Yeah. And if we don't, then we spend
our time looking at ourselves like, yes, this is a good question.
Yeah. Looking good today. That kind of thing. Okay, next up.
Next up, we got Reven1532. Hey guys, my question this week is how are you guys feeling about the channel? It's snowballing, as I said before, since you guys just passed 260 videos. And how are you...
Really?
Yeah, we're on like 270 after now.
Oh my gosh.
How are things in the GBHL fort? Also, how do you guys hypothetically feel about fan art? Fan art would be amazing. I feel like we'd make it if we had fan art.
What, GBHL channel fan art?
Yeah. Like people just making drawings of things like our games or just us, or that'd be awesome. My ego would inflate massive.
Mine can't inflate anymore, so
it will burst.
You couldn't see me anymore. That would be cool, actually.
As for how things going at the GBHL Fort, well, the past week's been kind of tough getting our content with getting ready for everything, and we've not got as many battle reports as we'd have liked to have got out.
No, I mean, it's been tough because remember we're both working, and
this period becomes you've just opened your gym, which is very obviously time constraining for you, and for myself it's been half term wrapped up with the early Scottish break, and now going into summer. It's a really busy time at my work for me, so free time's few and far between.
Whilst this channel isn't generating any, and don't get me wrong, we love doing this, we absolutely love it. While it's not generating a form of income,
it's the hobby.
It's very, very hard to justify. So like Jamie said, you know, he's been massively busy with school holidays and stuff, and I've been massively busy because I'm trying to expand the business, which pays the mortgage, got a wedding next year, and these are all things to think about. I mean, it is tough, but we are managing to get the content out, and you know, Damien O'Byrne's helped us a bit with that, you know, with the roving reporter stuff. So big thank you to Damien for helping us with that. We've not done as many battle reports as we would like, but
that should hopefully be sort of nipped in the bud though after a few weeks. I should hopefully have like a day's worth of gaming to get in some.
Yes.
Down south.
In terms of how the channel's looking, I mean,
we're still gaining sort of 30 subscribers a week, despite some dropping off. So growth is there still every week.
I think the main we do need to get back to sort of doing our regular battle reports. We wanted to do 2 a week, but at the moment what we're finding is, you know, if we can, we're meeting on the Thursday. We've got to get the Q&A done because that's our regular Sunday slot, no matter what happens. But we also want to try and do different content. So Middle-earth's Deadliest Warbands, it was key that we'd finish that off. The battle companies that you're about to see, we've got a narrative campaign coming, so you've got lots to look forward to, lots to be excited about. A lot of the filler content is harder to do because there's not been any releases.
Putting time into that, and it's getting all releases in, isn't it?
Yeah. We've just not got the models, and there's not been any new releases that we've necessarily fancied. So you know, it's tough, but we'll get there. We'll get there. You know, if you want to support this channel and you want to help us get going, you know, put that order form in for the T-shirt. Remember, you've got a deadline. What's the deadline?
Deadline's 31st of June, and after the 31st, probably the 1st of July, I'll be sending out a mass email to everyone saying, here's the order form, please fill it in, get in touch with us.
Yeah, so if you've not bought a GBHL T-shirt or contacted us for the order form, make sure you email ilovewargaming@gmail.com, and they need to title their...
just put GBHL T-shirt, spelled T-shirt, or even T-E-E shirt, and that means that when I do a search in the Gmail account, it can bring up GBHL T-shirt and everyone's will be there. And
then literally on the end of this month, we're going to put that order through. Anybody who tries to order after that, we're not going to be able to do, because we want to buy them in bulk so that it's obviously less cost to ourselves. So yeah, that's about where we are. We're thinking also at some point of having almost like a subscription service, aren't we?
Yes, yeah.
Where we make extra content. But of course, a number of people who sign up to this would make extra content that was unlisted, that was only exclusive to people who paid like a subscription fee, and we'd do like a special exclusive newsletter, maybe some competitions that were just for those people. But that's in the future. Yeah. It's so great to see you guys getting more popular. Thank you very much. But when it comes to T-shirt and dice, in the old internet saying, shut up and take my money. Well, you know what to do regarding the T-shirt. In terms of dice, we've not heard back from them yet, and I have been told by other people who've ordered from the dice company that it can take a while, so just wait out for that. Next up, you know who it is.
Oh, it's Clown Burger.
Burger, Scary Clown Man. He's put, hi guys, the first episode of Battle Companies was great.
Yay.
It's good fun, it was silly. I'm very excited about this new series. I'm sorry for the late question last week, so I'm going to squeeze 2 in this time. That's fine. First one, a Mumuk counts as its chieftain's mount, but are they counted as separate models when working out things like bow limit, breaking, etc.?
It still only counts as 1.
There you go. Secondly, looking back at Deadliest Warband, if you were to do it over, this is a good question, if you do it over, would there be any roster changes that you think might have improved the performance of some factions? Thanks for continuing to create wonderful content and supporting the hobby. I think the one which I think would need the biggest review is whether the Dwarf list is optimal.
Yeah.
Because it's got such a... I know lots of people are like, why don't you just max out your Defense 7, Kazagard, Bodyguard, and not running away at the end, or your 2 attack model.
Your 2 attack Iron Guard. Well, essentially, the Iron Guard's essentially just taking berserkers without the courage.
Yeah. And they've got the throwing weapon.
Yeah. But then it's like, but then there's no shooting and
there's lots of strength 4 stuff.
Stuff knocking about. It's the dwarf one's the really interesting one. Why don't you just take all Vault Wardens?
Can you afford to get all Vault Wardens?
Sure, you could get 4 of them. 200 is 100 points. That's 8 models. 150, and you'd need to drop 1 to get your hero in.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have 5 Vault Warden teams and a hero.
I don't think that'd do as well.
No. Yeah, you just cut off the spears. Rough around.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 Vault Wardens.
It's tough. It'd be really interesting to see what you guys think. I mean, you ran Deadliest Warband.
Yeah, and Knights of Rivendell won it.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Charming.
Yeah, Tom Handsome.
Tom Handsome. Who else did well in that, though? Gondor did all right, didn't it?
I don't know.
You've not got it.
It's on that computer, but I don't know who came second. Right?
It'd be interesting to see.
I think Ed Walmart comes second. You know.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you bring?
I think he brought elves.
Elves.
Like wood elves. He was moaning. He lost his first game with them. Spent the entire tournament moaning to me about how rubbish wood elves are.
Oh dear.
Because they don't fly. So.
It'd be interesting to see. What do you guys think? That would be really interesting. If you were going to change any of our Middle-earth's Deadliest Warbands, which would you change and what would you change it to?
Yeah.
Because we had that discussion as well, didn't we, about like the Corsairs, whether
they've had Arbalesters in.
Yeah. But
I still think no.
I still think no, even though the great thing about the Isengard was the fact that they didn't have to push it, but Isengard have got the defence.
Yeah.
Whereas Corsairs don't, but then Corsairs could camp behind, but you're still going to get some getting through.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. And he's put, thanks for continuing to create wonderful content and supporting the hobby. Well, it's a pleasure. Next up.
Clown Man. We've got Doom Bunny.
Doom Bunny.
Great to hear you have so many ideas for the future of the channel. I, for one, would not mind giving you a few quid to help the content keep coming.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe you could throw together some story scenarios for Attack Wing X-Wing sometime, or take a look at the new Attack Wing Dragon set. Maybe.
Is Attack Wing a Star Trek thing?
Attack Wing Star Trek and then
Have you got any of that?
No.
We don't have...
I'm not a Trekkie.
I'm not really a Star Trek person, but we do need to do more X-Wing.
Yeah, we do. That's not been done for a while. And that gets good views and money.
It does. It generates income on the advertising revenue.
It must be just a Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
You've both said that 1,000 plus point games are just too much work, and I tend to agree. In a non-tournament environment, however, what rules tweaks would you use to speed up or simplify something fun like a Helm's Deep or Pelennor Fields battle? Using War of the Ring rules may not be the answer. P.S. I'm really looking forward to Season 2 of Middle-earth's Deadliest, Monster, and even more looking forward to Season 3, Wizards.
Middle-earth's Deadliest Wizard, that'd be an easy one to do.
Yeah, just only a couple of them.
Yeah.
For things like speeding up Helm's Deep or Pelennor Fields, well, they ran the mega game down in London, didn't they? And they had lots of players playing out sort of like a section of the battle. Yeah,
go onto the One Ring, and if you go into, I think it's like campaign scenarios, battle reports, the section, if you look through there, they've got some great pictures and some write-ups about how they did that and how they managed that.
Yeah.
But that looked pretty epic, how they managed that.
I think it would be quite fun if you had a bunch of players all playing on a sort of like a 2x2, one's the defender, one's the attacker, and regardless of how many turns these guys have done, you're just playing your game.
I think 1,000 points game isn't too much work. It's when you're doing it in that tournament environment where
very quickly and
there's 3 of them back to back. It's a massive investment of
brain power and willpower.
Wears you out.
Especially when you're a bit hungover.
Yeah. Well, I really enjoyed using a 1,000-point army, and if I'd played any of those one games on their own, then I wouldn't maybe have had that opinion. It's just the fact that you've got them back to back.
It does knock you out. It's like when the Grand Tournament used to be 4 games in a day at 700 points. You used to go back to your hotel room. You'd be like, oh, my brain hurts.
Yeah. Tough. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Season 2, Middle-earth's Deadliest Monster. And,
/Champion.
Champion next as well. Next question, we got Kurt Leach. Hello. But how was Throne of Skulls? And come on, Jamie, we need to hear this Jon Snow voice.
No, I haven't.
Where's the precious scouring of YouTube?
Yeah.
We did a scouring of YouTube, did we not do one last time? Did we not scour Tom Robinson of...
Yeah, we just did we do Slate Game? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure we did Slayer Game.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, because you were like, where's my box?
Yeah, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? Okay, so Jon Snow, boys.
No.
Did you watch the latest episode?
No, I've only seen episode 1 of season 4. I need to watch them all.
Oh,
I know.
I won't say anything.
Good.
Well, you've read the books.
I've read the books.
Yeah, you're right.
I know.
How was Throne of Skulls, Jamie?
It was good. You'll get more in the review.
It was amazing. We had a great time, and we're going to do a tournament review each.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
talking about 7 games each, it'd be a very long video. So you might as well just watch.
Well, they are long videos, and it makes sense from us from a production point of view to have them separate. So you've got like 2 half-hour videos rather than 1 hour video, and then we don't have to be together.
Yeah.
Which is always a good thing.
Hey, if we can get content filmed at home alone, it's good.
Yeah, we've got to take the opportunity.
Yeah. Next, we've got 19 Mark F91. Hey guys, non-hobby related question here, but what would be your perfect meal and drink combo?
He's put definitely a jalfrezi curry and bottle of Budweiser for me. Other curries and beers are available. Thanks. Happy strategy battle gaming. That's tough.
Perfect meal. So, sort of like your death row meal, basically. What would your last meal be?
It changes all the time. I go through phases with food. Like at the moment, now that I know that my wedding, and more importantly my honeymoon, is less than a year away, it's just salmon and broccoli for me all year. But seriously, what I'm eating now, I'm going to be ripped, I'm telling you. Especially after this last weekend, just burgers galore. And favourite meal?
I think, currently for me, it's like fresh fish. I love fresh fish, if you can get it.
I love a really good steak.
I was just going to say, I had a blue steak from Jamie's Italian. That was so nice.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, a really good steak.
Yeah. That's
been well cooked with some proper chips and mushrooms and
chips.
Yeah, but like proper chips.
Chips, precious.
something like that. But I won't be seeing any burgers or. I like a good roast dinner.
Yeah.
With me, mum.
It's too much food. Something would just taste good.
In terms of drinks,
Diet Coke. That's not a question.
I like a really good coffee.
If it was a beer,
I'm really into that Brooklyn
San
beer.
Miguel or Peroni, probably.
Peroni's nice.
Star Operaman, I like.
Peroni's a nice beer. Yeah, that's a big question. Yeah. That's a hard question, but thank you very much, 19 Mark F91. Next up, Ben Howard. He's put to start Isengard army or Rohan army. Choices.
They're too different to sort of compare.
They're both good armies to start with because you can pick them up cheap on eBay.
Yeah.
Isengard is very popular.
Yep.
Rohan has become more popular.
Nice.
Obviously, I'm very biased, but I am going to say that probably an Isengard army is easier to play as than a Rohan army is easier to play with. It's more forgiving.
Yeah. You got spear sports and pikes. You're throwing more dice at most things.
Yeah. Strength 4, fight 4, lots of defense 6, decent heroes, decent wizard in there. Yeah. Very good captains. The captains are amazing. Whereas Rohan captains are awful. Rohan infantry aren't amazing. It's all about the theme. It just depends what theme you want to go for. Yeah. Oh, next up, look who this is. It's got to be him.
Longy 970. Who? Oh, James Long. Do you reckon?
I think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, with Dubakar, it must be. So James Long.
This is James Long.
We think.
We'd like to say congratulations, James Long, for winning Throne of Skulls. Big round of applause. Well done, pal. Well done.
Hi guys. The best story from Throne of Skulls was Bilbo killing Bolg to save Thorin. Yeah, that was cool. But what were your individual newsworthy endeavours? Dubakar. Chance of the week.
I always forget to write these things down.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I had 1 or 2. Well, for me, one of my games, my last game against Dave, Gimli had the prize and seized the prize and was running very close to his board edge to get off. And about 4 or 5 elves, a guard of Gladden Court, and a guy with an elven blade managed to get 2 priorities in a row, catch up, chase him, kill him, pick up the prize, and run off his own board edge.
That's cool. That is cool.
And that's probably one of the best.
I had a whole game that was newsworthy. It was amazing. I played Paul Merritt, and he had these beautifully painted dwarves.
Yeah.
And do you know what?
That was the one where you're in the...
Yeah, did you see it?
Yeah.
It looked so cool. And if it had been high ground or hold ground, he'd beaten me. But it was Lords of Battle. And he recognised earlier, I killed an Iron Guard with my bows quite early on. And he recognised, and you know, that could have been it really. That then I could just not engage and run away from him.
Yeah.
And he's a great guy. I really like Paul. Really liked him. And he was in this little enclosure.
Yeah.
And he had like everything was backed up. It would have been stupid to just charge in. You know what I mean? But to be fair, he was like, do you know what? I'm going to come and have a go. And he actually sent out like a little putt, and I thought, what a great guy, you know, because they're going to get smacked. Barlin went out on it, not Barlin, Gimli came out on his own, and it was cool. And yet they got smashed. But then the way that he played it encouraged me to be like,
I'll just go for it.
Let's do it. And I got my phone, and it used 80% of my data to do this. I found, what was it? Menahalik from Zulu.
Oh, right, yeah.
Men of Harlech, can you see them? Can you see their spear points gleaming? That one.
Yeah.
And I found that, and we had that playing because it really was like the defenders of Rorke's Drift. I never thought of my Rohan, the Zulus, before, but it just looked so cool. It looked cool, and you can't ask for more because I even said to him, I said, you know, it'd be stupid for me to charge in, and he was like, it'd be stupid for me to leave. He said, but you know what?
I'm doing it anyway.
Let's have a game. And you know, against some people, you might kind of be like, well, I'm not doing that because I know that he's just trying to trap me. And I was like, this guy wants to go. Let's do it. It's great. It was awesome. I absolutely loved it. Brilliant.
Another one for me is I played against a guy called James Rose, and his Bayon didn't transform into a bear for 7 turns. I was like, gotta kill him. He's still defense 5. Gotta kill him. Gotta kill him. Legolas, please. Come on, Legolas.
Did you kill him?
The turn he became a bear, I then killed him.
Oh no!
I was like,
oh no!
That should have been a mention.
You
should have put that in. Actually,
you must have felt awful.
Well, before he died, he got 1 turn of hurling, and he killed 7 Woses. I was like,
yeah, he's got to go down.
He's got to go down.
He's got to go down.
Yeah.
We had a few moments in the game versus Josh Meads. We decided to play it because we've been saying since he's a lovely guy, Josh Meads. We really like him. I really like him. And he let me stay at Mansfield 1 at his gaff. So we've been saying since then, we've got to get a game together. And we decided to play each other in the last game. And you know what? Considering I bring Rohan, that Seize the Prize game was too close for me in my heart.
For me, against Dave, with his dwarves, Mago picked it up, Duran killed it, and then Duran was legging it back. I was like,
what?
No! This is about to happen against dwarves. They're meant to have the prize and run away because I can't catch him. And then there was the break. Whew. Whew. Squeaky bum time when Duran was legging it. I was like, shit.
There was a moment, and I'd even tried to make sure, like, because we seized the prize, you know, heroic march, go over it, all the Sons of Ale. You just throw them out there; they're going to die. You know what I mean? If the game went on, and then a second line protecting and. Erkenbrand went up there. He dismounted to pass the prize over because obviously, if he doesn't,
then at least he can.
Got
2 attacks and can shield.
Yeah, at least he's not going to sort of die with 1 round of shooting or something, you know what I mean, or some luck. And then he dug it up first time, got to pass it up to AM a first time, and then there was a heroic combat from Josh where he had Sharky mounted, and did he have Bolg or someone? I can't remember.
The heroic struck.
1 heroic struck, 1 heroic combated against 1 rider, let's say. It was just against 1 rider. So I was like, oh gosh, what's going to happen here? He's going to heroic combat and he's going to get the jump on, and then if he gets the heroic combat off on the next bit and wins the roll off for which because obviously then I've got to call heroic combat, then he can actually get onto Aomer. It's like, no, this isn't supposed to happen. So anyway, we roll. He has to use might from both. He had to use might to win the fight. So he'd heroic struck, he'd heroic combated, he then had to use might to win the fight.
They're with 2 separate heroes.
Yeah, they're 2 separate heroes. And then, having won the fight, so he had to use 2 might to win the fight after the roll-off. He then had to roll to wound. And he got something like 3 1s and a 2. And I just thought, if I don't win this game now, then might as well go home. It was amazing.
It's the last game, so yes, we could do it anyway.
It was great, but we'll talk about more of those things in our tournament review.
You sidetracked us, damn it.
Next up, we've got Jonathan Punchon.
Thanks for answering my question, guys. Can't wait for Middle Earth's deadliest monster. Which monster do you think will win? Are we having hero monsters in there? Like dragons and things?
What do you think?
I think we should.
Yeah, because otherwise it's very small.
It's very, very, very small. It's like trolls.
We've got hero monsters, and I'm guessing something like a dragon.
I think the dragon will win.
Yeah.
Should do. Well, I don't know, actually. 350 points. It's a lot of...
oh, yeah, it's a lot of...
warriors to kill.
A lot of warriors to kill, isn't it? So I don't know, it's
maybe
tough.
the Watcher. if we can borrow it off Owen.
Yeah.
Dribble.
He did very well with it.
Yeah.
And next up, we've got Jamie Winus. He's put, hello to the 2Js. Loving the Battle Company bid and the bids to come. Very excited for the Rohan campaign as well. Yeah, it's going to be cool. So much to look forward to. Awesome work as usual, gents.
Thank you.
Thank you. My question. My dwarves have been soundly beaten, worse than a red-headed stepchild.
Oh, dear.
That's an awful thing to say. That's very funny. Twice by the lances of Dol Amroth. Excuse my cumbersome generalship, inexperience, and terrible dice rolls. How can I overcome this mounted foe? Thanks again for all your hard work and supporting my hobbit habit. Well, he's got a tough time there because if you're up against lances...
Fight 4 and dancers. And the banner reroll from Immerhill, more than likely. So they've got 3 dice on the charge.
Tough one for dwarves.
Dwarf one. Dwarf bows. Someone's phone's ringing.
Is that your phone?
No?
Who knows what that is?
Someone must have lost one.
Yeah, that is tough for you.
Dwarf bows, you could potentially shoot them down, and obviously it's just 5s to wound their armoured horses, so maybe that could be something to go with.
Yeah.
Try it out. Other than that, I've actually written an article for Damien O'Byrne and his sort of magazine and planning of how to counter cavalry. So,
and I am writing. I've not done it yet. I've been busy with the gym. It's been tough. But
I found time.
and I'm writing how to use cavalry. How to best use cavalry. Yeah, so keep an eye out for that. Next up.
Sure, it's your turn.
Paul Watson. First off, sorry for going missing for a while, but I'm back with a couple of questions. We're good to have you back. Number 1, can you take Galadriel with her mirror in a White Council warband, or only the Protectress of Lothlorien version?
Both, but not at the same time. So yes, you can.
Number 2, there may be a potential tourney in future, and I'm trying to think up lists to take. From what I understand, there is points per theme, 750 points, and you need to take a good and evil army. I'm thinking of taking 2 all-hero armies with the theme of Lord of the Rings. The evil force taking all 9 ring raids, some basic, no-named ones. The good force, I was going to take the White Council, Galadriel, Elrond, and Gandalf, the 3 elven rings. But I need more to fill out the list. What's your opinion? If anything, lean more on the fluff side, but I would also not mind a more competitive list as well. Thank you for all you do, MWL Rambo.
So it's the White Council that needed there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Celeborn, if you're going for theme.
Yeah.
Bodyguard and Galadriel. Elrond, Gandalf. Radagast is going to be there.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you probably know your points a little bit better.
Yeah, I was going to say 750 points. You've got Elrond's 180, of course. Galadriel.
130. Or 125.
And then Gandalf. So yeah, you're not too far off anyway.
Sort of Glorfindel, Radagast, and Celeborn. They'd be sort of mixed up between them.
Yeah. Hope that helps, Paul Watson. Next up.
We've got Dave E79492. Alright, James and Jamie, I'll begin by saying Throne of Skulls was absolutely deadly, savage, and awesome.
Yes, it was.
Now, on to the questions. Jamie, was your whole Rohan infantry thing just bluffing? Deliberate misinformation, or just one big way to wind James up? A bit of everything. No, I used them for the Throne of Lols, but we got there a little bit too late, so I didn't get to use them properly in it. But got to play 2 games with them and managed to win them both.
Woo! Go Rohan.
Also just wanted to get them painted up. I'd like to see James's all-mounted Rohan face Jamie's all-infantry. I wouldn't. In a Lords of Battle get better. No, that'd be awful. Let's never do that.
It would be awful.
That would be devastating for me.
That's not me being like big-headed. That's not a good matchup.
A shocking matchup. I'd hope that James, the mounted Lord of Rohan, would ride the usurper Jamie Goblin into the dirt. Yeah, that would happen. At the Green Dragon pub quiz, who was the brains on your team? Damien and Ed, wasn't it?
Tom Harrison.
It's Harrison, but I was not.
I was drinking.
I was
just devastated about the fact that I came
you got
down.
usurped, didn't you, by Jake?
I was
Clare.
upstairs, and I wondered why Callum Edams ran off, because I'd gone up to the museum, because everybody was like, oh, you need to go up to the museum. So I was like, yeah, going up and have a little look around this model museum. So Callum Edams up there, and we're looking around, and we're looking around, really impressed by all the 40k stuff. I have to say, it looks cool. Looks cool. I was looking at it thinking, this system looks cool. And obviously the Lord of the Rings stuff is very cool. And he runs off, and I'm thinking, okay, there's a load of kids in here. I'll take my time walking down. Walk down, and I had been usurped. I got down, and I was supposed to be on Damien and Tom's team. I'd called it, and there were 6 people on the table. So what I did was I sat next to them with a beer and made them feel really bad. So they let me in. And I was like, oh, that's all right. They were like, oh, there's other tickets. I was like, no, it's all right. I'm just going to sit here and make you feel bad. So they let me in.
Yeah, so I was definitely not the brains of that team. I was giving misinformation out to everyone.
Oh, you gave a very bad answer.
Yeah.
The Goblin King.
It was the Goblin King. Like
everybody was like,
everyone was like, it's Goblin Scribe. What rule does there's more where that came from? I was like, everyone's like, Goblin Scribe. He brings them on. I was like, oh, is it not the Goblin King when he squashes them? And everyone was like, that's great. Well done, Jamie. I was like, yeah.
And he was wrong.
I was wrong. I was like, As soon as everyone agreed, I was like, I'm probably wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to overthink the question.
The thing is, a lot of the questions were relatively straightforward. So a lot of them. So some of the rules ones were tough.
Like what's the
Titanic explosion? Yeah, it was well hard.
We said cataclysmic. I thought I'm pretty sure it used to be.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's carry on.
That's a bad matchup. I've been. I'd like to get.
James, what was your Throne of Schools list? You should just say it in your review.
Yep, I'll tell you my tournament review.
Yeah, I got to play Jamie at Throne of Schools, which is my very favourite game vote since it was very nice. Close. Oh, this is Dave from Ireland.
Yes.
I'd like to get a game against yourself, James. A Lords of Battle game. Get buff bat rep. I've been training dwarves. I've been training and working out lately, so I should be able to give you a good run for your money.
No. You're doing some press ups. I'll say that.
Now
Quinn beat me.
Now a question for both of you. What are your favourite television programmes ever, and who are your favourite comedians, if any? Favourite TV programme ever? Ever's too big a question. At the moment, I'm really loving Vikings, and in the past, I really used to love Sharp.
Sharp was awesome. That is a good shout.
Yeah.
That's a really tough question. I don't really watch TV anymore, so I've got to really think about it.
I've started watching more and more with now I've got Amazon and Netflix.
If you talk about like TV series, there's not been many that I've sort of watched all the way through.
New Sherlock's amazing.
You like Sherlock, don't you? I've not seen it.
It's really good.
There's one TV series that I had to watch all the way through, and it's the original Life on Mars.
I've not seen it.
That was really good. It was really good.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Life on Mars. It's just in my list of will watch
things that you got to watch.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones is doing well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's my favourite. Sharp is a good shout.
What was the question? Favourite comedians? I'm not up to date with comedians at the moment. I don't know.
There's loads. That's tough. Which my favourites are. That is tough. It's tough without sort of having them all in front of me as well.
Yeah, seeing their faces and being able to put the names to them for me.
People make you laugh in different ways as well. There's a cop-out answer.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll have a think anyway. Next up, this is from Damien O'Byrne. He actually texted me this morning to say... so I rang him back. It's from way back from training. So I was hanging out. And he was like, have you done a Q&A yet? I was like, no. I'm picking Jamie up in half an hour. It ended up being...
An hour.
It ended up being over an hour.
Yeah.
Sorry. Because he wanted to ask a question. So he's put, morning. Great to see you both at the weekend. Massive congrats to you both for winning your respective factions, and huzzah for 4 wins and a Bicester. A Bista, sorry.
A Bista.
Yeah, that's
right.
That
was the name of the quiz.
Yeah, our quiz team won, if you don't know, and we won our factions, if we hadn't already mentioned that.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd get it in there. Yeah. Looking forward to catching up again at East Grinstead. Yes, it's been too long. It's getting that way, isn't it? 2 questions this week. Firstly to Jamie. What's the weather like in third?
Oh.
But he's referring to the fact that Damien O'Byrne has now...
picked me to second place in the league.
He has. Ed Ball sitting up top.
Yep.
Damien just below. Then you. Then me. What's that all about? What is the weather like in third?
Sunny.
It's gorgeous up here.
Sunny, yeah.
What are we doing in here? Northwest Gaming Centre's warm. It's not cold.
Yeah, it's a new sensation.
But secondly, my main question is a controversial one that I was discussing in the car with an unnamed and unspecified, charming, handsome, yet monotone gamer. Jamie said a few weeks ago that you couldn't make your base size smaller, but you could make it bigger as it's giving you a disadvantage. I disagreed with that, but what's this based on?
It was based on an old ruling that Games Workshop used to give when you wanted to convert your models and use them in their tournaments.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that's changed, though, because they've changed a lot in their rules pack recently.
So there's nothing about it in the rules, as far as I can see, and I think it also gives you some pretty big advantages. Consider an all-hero army of Aragorn, Boromir, Glorfindel, and Gandalf, all mounted. Obviously, you don't want Gandalf getting charged. On normal 40mm bases, it's easy to get around the other heroes to get to Gandalf. Put the big three on Moomut bases, and suddenly...
Yeah. It's to be used with common sense, obviously.
I got no idea. I've never seen this before.
Yeah, it was an old Games Workshop thing that you could never make your base smaller because that means less models can get in on you. If you make your base bigger, you're putting yourself at a bit of a disadvantage. Obviously, used in this way, you're using it for different purposes.
Mm.
It was always take it a bit seriously. It's if you wanted to be cool, like create like a cool diorama or something.
Oh, right, okay. So not from a gaming point of view. So. Okie doke. Next up, we've got Owen Wright. He's put filthy with an F, not filthy.
Maybe I was saying it weird.
I don't know. Pedant Patrol.
Go teach some math.
Yeah, go teach some math. Some math.
Go teach some math.
Some mathematics. Filthy is Watcher and a Dragon or Wozes with Axes.
Yeah.
Power Gamer is Gulliver, Spiders, Dweller, Ashrak or Serpents and Watchers.
Winky face.
Winky face.
Yeah.
Oh, nice definition. Next up, we've got... Oh.
That's a different question from Mr. O'Byrne.
No.
That's David Lowe.
David Lowe. That did come up as Damien O'Byrne then, though, didn't
I
it?
could have sworn it said
It
O'Byrne.
did.
Yeah.
It did.
David Lowe. Hi.
I'm glad that wasn't just me, because
Yeah.
I thought I was freaking out.
Unless we just both want to see his name again.
That's probably it.
Hi, it was cool to see so many Hobbit armies gracing the tables of Warhammer World. I was down briefly on the Saturday, but didn't get a chance to introduce myself. The whole place had a great atmosphere, and has really got me wanting to head along to my very first tournament. Me and a pal are eyeing up Stockport 2.0 as the first one looked awesome.
Yes.
So, on to my
See
question.
you there, buddy.
I have a steadily growing Isengard collection and want to make a fluffy scout-themed link list, including Warg Riders. And any tips on what to run at 350/500 points?
Scout theme lists. Mahur. Shaku.
The Warg, the Marauder upgrades.
Yep.
Makes them 80s ruin. I was discussing this with Josh. He was saying he actually really enjoyed playing the Scouts and with their 8-inch or 9-inch movement, whichever one it is, because it really throws your opponent off and how quickly they can wrap around a line.
Yep.
And then Warg Riders with Shaku, I guess. That's for your 350, and then for 500 points, we throw in a Shaman and some Ferals.
Yeah.
Ferals fit that Scout theme and are a good trick.
I would agree with all of that. And yeah, make sure you are at Stockport 2.0.
It's 600 points.
It is 600 points. For those of you that have been asking, it's 600 points. But Jamie's put the event up now, so get yourself onto the Facebook group.
Once Element Games put the tickets up, I'll be putting the event pack up because the event pack says tickets are available at.
Yes.
So people clicking the link and going, no, they're not.
Yeah, we'll have a chat about what scenarios we're going to do.
I've put the scenarios.
Have we?
Yeah, sure.
Have you not talked about this?
Nope.
Oh, it's like that, is
tournament.
it? It's our tournament, Giblin. Next up, we've got Mavs Fanatic 11690. He's put, I've missed the past few Q&As.
Scumbag.
What's going on? Come on. And had to catch up, which
Okay,
was
that's fine.
great, so I could get some serious painting done.
Forgiven.
That's what these are for. Sit down and get loads of painting done. Who is your favourite Lord of the Rings character that wasn't created by Tolkien?
Rumil. Or was he created by Tolkien?
Yeah, Rumil is in the books. You'd know that if you read.
Yeah.
How it is, brother.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah, but he
He's
is.
actually in the books.
Yeah, he is. Doesn't say anything, I don't think. That doesn't say much. That wasn't created. Well, which are the ones that weren't created? Rohan ones that weren't created, though. No. That's tough. I guess it's evil stuff mostly that's been created, hasn't it, by Games Workshop. I just put, for myself, it's Berethor from Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. Is that a game?
Oh, that's a game. Yeah, yeah.
I've not played any of the Lord of the Rings games, so I can't really comment on that.
Tariel's pretty cool, all things considered, as a hero on her own.
She's quite cool.
Don't include Keeley.
Yeah, she's quite cool. Someone for them to kill off in the next movie.
Yeah. Spoilers.
They've got to do it.
Yeah.
They've got to do it.
I don't know. How long since we haven't played on fuck?
What's that? Well, 15. Yeah. We've only got a couple more. Next up, we've got XTS Warzone. It's put, woo! 5th view and first non-GBHL comment. Hope the event went well. Yes, it did. 2 questions this week, guys. 1, have you received my email yet?
Maybe.
Probably, if you sent it. Is that the one about the game?
Yeah,
game rules? I've not looked at it
If it's
yet.
the game rules, I had a quick flick at it. I didn't have a proper read though, so I couldn't comment on it. I just kind of.
When we find some time, we'll have a good look at it for you. But time is tough at the moment.
Precious.
It is at the moment. 2, for my Haradrim army, what sort of unit should I get? I've always got 1 Mumuk and all the warriors and chieftain you get with that. A group of 6 raiders mounted and 1 converted troll. By the way, my last exam is on the 20th, which is 3 or 4 weeks before the official end of term, which is why we get like a 10-week summer holiday. Woo! 10-week summer holiday. Woo! Can't wait. So for Haradrim...
It's the Watchers, Serpent Guard and Reavers, isn't it?
Yeah, if you want a Harad theme, then get some Watchers of Kana.
Yeah.
That's a good place to go for you bows.
And they're back on the website. Go now.
Are they?
Yeah.
It's good to know. Next up, we have got...
Generation Shift 92. Hey guys, hope you're both well. Anyway. Wow. Anyway, would you ever think about running a campaign like a themed weekend, so there are lots of smaller games on the first day, and that affects a large collaborative battle on the Sunday? That will be cool to see. Regards, Matt.
You never thought about doing a campaign weekend?
Yeah. Campaign weekend, we're not sure. It's just getting the sort of logistics of it sorted out. We'd have to get Darren to help us run that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't know where to begin.
Mm-hmm. We might, after doing these narrative campaigns and battle companies and stuff, we might have a better idea of some of the things you could do. With...
Yeah. We've done in previous tournaments where you have an unnamed hero. You have to take an unnamed hero, and that person can gain abilities each game or negatives.
Yeah, that's cool.
Might do one of them again.
That'd be cool.
And sorry for not commenting last week. Sorry guys, just one more question. These are all different comments, by the way.
There's an edit feature.
Yeah. And I'm working on some Osgiliath, Minas Tirith, Woodland, and a few more theme bases around the Lord of the Rings SPG, which I'm going to cast up. I've done a lot of castings of my own sculpts before, but do you think the GBHL will be interested in seeing them once I've completed them? Of course. Well, we would, and the wider community, I'm sure, would be as well.
Yeah. So feel free to send us them. That's fine.
Pop them on the.
I've still not sent him the stuff. I need to do. I've just been so busy. I will send it to you. Yeah. I will send you my stuff. So thank you for that, by the way. Next up, we got Ed Ball. He's put, I missed a last minute shout out for the additional questions last week, so in repetition, complete the following sentences. My most prized Lord of the Ring Hobbit hobby related possession is.
A trophy collection.
I was about to say
certificate collection.
My faction winner certificate. It's all been worthwhile. This is my most prized possession because
I've beaten you to get a few of them.
No, I got it first time.
I wasn't talking about that.
Oh, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about my trophy collection.
Your trophy collection? Oh, yeah, like for all
the
these things. Yeah.
yeah.
You're not talking about your faction certificate.
No.
I would realistically sell this pride position for
Nothing.
$1 million. And for this week's question, what was the reason, in as much honesty and agonising detail as you can muster, behind the cowardly acts of each of you refusing my challenge in Game 7 of TOS?
We'd lose. Straight
lose.
up. You've got 3 mounted fell beasts, and Shelob in Seize the Prize for sort of the deciding game of the tournament. No one in their right mind would choose to play you at that scenario with that out for me.
Especially, do you know what? If I'd lost all of my games,
maybe you just go for it.
I'd go for it.
Well, you're in a position to win. You do the same.
Yeah, you would. One game away. One game away from definitely winning the faction.
When you've got other people grudging you or a random opponent to play against, you're never going to pick. It's like being offered sort of play a League One team or play Man City in the final of a cup. You'd be like, I'll play the League One team. regardless of the journey to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was why. If it wasn't in contention, I would have given it a go. But no way.
I worked out you could actually win that game in one turn versus my force with that eagle. If I flew forwards, dug it up, you then compel, charge, heroic combat, kill it, give it to one person, and that person flies off the board.
Yeah, it's depressing.
That would be like, well, hour and a half to go now.
Yeah, that's why, because it would have been a stupid strategic decision, and you know it. Yeah. Then you put, many a champion of Middle-earth bravely proclaimed, I cowardly refuse your challenge. Do you share this company, or was it for other win-at-all-cost reasons?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've started, so I'll keep going. Although I prefer Swiss ranked, TOS style does allow the best players to avoid each other, mostly Mr. Handsome Harrison in Lords of Battle. Oh, yeah, mostly Minus.
Yeah.
As opposed to stumbling over one each other for the chase of gold. What are your thoughts on the demerits of the Swiss style versus random draws? As always, real men fight on fell beasts.
Dead men fight on fell beasts. Or wraith men.
I was thinking about this because I really, really liked the fact that it was random. I didn't like the fact that you could get called out on the last game.
Yeah. They didn't have to
if you're going to do a grudge match, no, I know.
Grudge match should be the first game.
A grudge match should be the first game because then you get people doing it for the wrong. Well, hang on a minute. I'm going to go and play someone because it benefits me.
Yeah. And I don't know what the scenario will be.
I like the idea of the first 6 games being random and the last game being based on where you're currently ranking.
Yeah, that'd be quite a good idea.
I think that's quite a good idea because the thing I liked about the random was the fact that I got to play loads of people I wouldn't normally play.
That is why Throne Schools is one of the best events out there because you get to meet new people. That one.
What do you think about that? Because I thought that was a good idea.
But
I never know until I say it out loud and someone listens to it.
I personally prefer Swiss ranked because I don't know. I like some of the tougher games, as it were. I know, honestly.
I would like to see how that system would work. That where you do. Let's say you got 7 games. The first 6 are random, so you're getting a chance to play everybody, or anybody, which is good. There's no kind of like you playing the same kind of people that you might normally play because of where you would rank. Yeah. And then you're still going to get that end game that maybe the guys who've been performing best playing against each other.
Yeah.
So in that tournament, going into the last game, it would have been like me versus Jay Clare and stuff like that, and then that would be sort of have a fair impact on the overall winner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then you rank it from that point of view on the last game.
I'd like that. So I was the lowest scoring of the 9. I'd play someone who wasn't.
Well, you basically get the guys who are first and second are playing for first or second. The guys.
Oh, I see what you mean. Fourth. Well, X-Wing do something like that. They do a cut-off.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not in the top 8 by this point, you can't win the event. Thanks for turning up. These guys, you guys play a game. These guys now play for the top positions. So, if you're in the top 2 places, you're playing for 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like if you've got second in the last game, got 2 second, you can't then drop to 5th as most of us do if we lose that last game because everyone else jumps above you.
I think that's a good way. Yeah. I think that could be really good.
It'd be interesting.
It would be interesting, but I really like the fact that you got to play random opponents. But then agree that maybe for the last game,
Swiss.
then you have a little look and you see right who's currently first, second, third, and top 2 play for first.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your comment, Ed, and look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Next up, we've got Camille Demansky.
Hi guys, last one I think. This week's question is, can you make a live Speak Friend and Question on YouTube someday? Like a live stream? Thanks, and come on England.
It's the World Cup, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you fancy your chances?
If we can get out the group stage, we've got a better chance, but it's getting out the group stage.
Yeah, it'll be tough. A live Speak Friend and Question. How do you do that?
You can set up a live stream on YouTube. I don't think our channel's big enough yet to YouTube to allow us to do it.
So you know what to do? Comment, like, share and subscribe. This has been another week's edition of Speak Friend and Question. That is the last question. Ooh. So thanks to everybody who's commented and asked us those questions. An hour and 25, that's not too bad. We can go back to looking at ourselves now.
So you go, oh no, I've had my shirt inside out the whole time. I didn't notice.
Remember, guys, if you want to support your Hobbit hobby, make sure you send us an email and get one of the limited editions GBHL channel t-shirts. This has been your GBHL host, GBHL James.
GBHL Jamie.
With another Speak Friend in question. Make sure you comment, like, share and subscribe.
Support your Hobbit hobby.
And happy strategy battle gaming.